Hey there, yoga teacher. My name is Crystal Gray. I'm the creator of the Yoga Goddess Academy, and I help yoga teachers just like you to feel more confident and comfortable in your teaching so that you can get out there, teach with ease, and create more of an impact in the world and just help more people. And so I just got done filming the class for my app. So I have an app that's specifically for yoga teachers. And each week I come out with a video like this, and I am just working on helping you come up with a weekly theme for your classes, because I know that that's one of the biggest struggles, is coming up with a theme and then coming up with a sequence. The sequencing portion of it I put up on the app, but this will give you a really nice head start. So for the theme of this week, I chose it to be reclaiming your power. Now in my practices and my classes that I teach, I really love to incorporate affirmations because they're just a way to kind of trick the subconscious mind and get into the mind at a deeper level, and also just to bring a little bit more focus into the class for your students and for yourself. And around reclaiming your power, I'm focusing also on, you could also kind of flip it into being letting go of anything that's keeping you from feeling powerful or from being empowered, right? And you can shorten that to just letting go, but I usually explain what we're letting go of first, right? And also just knowing that what you are is enough. You are already enough. And once you know that, you will be able to really start to stand more into your power. Last week's theme was you are enough. So you can find the YouTube video on that, or you can get on the app and find all of the pieces of that class as well. So some affirmation options for this practice could be I am powerful, or I call back all parts of me. I release what's holding me back from being whole or powerful. And again, you can shorten that just to I let go after you explain. And the chakra that we're working on is bringing balance to is the solar plexus. So a couple inches above the belly button and right below the diaphragm. And whenever we're focusing on the solar plexus, the element that has to do with is fire. Some other things are like sun, heat, things like that. And whenever you are thinking about a pranayama, ujjayi pranayama would be a good one because it helps you to build heat, right? Some visualizations that you could do during class, either in the beginning or in the middle when you're transitioning from the more active portion of your class to the more calming part of your class, could be to visualize a yellow glowing light in your solar plexus area. Visualize the sun or a fire burning up what no longer is serving you. You could visualize seeing yourself as the most powerful version of you and really have them bring in what that feels like, because we can think as many things as we want, but if we're not actually feeling it, we're not going to be attracting that into our life. And the mudra I chose is solar plexus mudra. Okay, so how we do this one is you want to keep the pinky and the middle finger extended and then fold the ring and the pointer finger in and secure that down with the thumb. So I have to kind of think about it for a minute, but then you secure that down with your thumb. There we go, they match, right? And then you can either rest that by the solar plexus or just down onto the knees. You could have your students bring it by the solar plexus and just let them know if their arms start to get tired, then just to bring it down to the knees at that point. Now, again, some areas of focus that you can focus on and to help bring balance into the solar plexus chakra could be anything that's going to help you build heat. So that could be, again, ujjayi breath, that's not a pose, but you could bring in that breath. You could hold standing poses. So you could hold things like chair, warrior two, side angle. That's what I just did in the practice that I did today. We held chair for a little bit longer and then we went right into side angle. So keeping that knee bent towards that 90-degree angle for that long really helps you to build that heat. And you can always remind your students why you're having them do that, right? It's not just to torture them. We're actually doing it to build heat so that we can bring a little bit more balance to the solar plexus chakra, which will tie back into your purpose of the class, which is to help them regain their power. And if they know that, they're able to kind of sit through it a little bit longer and bear with it. Some other things that you could do would be ab work. So those could be things like plank, modified plank. I did that today in my class, but it could also be, little crunches, anything like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be a yoga move. You know, if you know some great ab workouts, you can do those in there. And then also twists. Now for some pose ideas, I put like any seated twist, revolved side angle, revolved triangle, revolved kneeling warrior, twist like in crescent pose, plank and variations, and that's to build heat as well as for the core work. Holding standing poses, that can help you to build the heat. Sun salutations help you build heat. And then again, the ab exercises that you come up with. Some pinnacle pose ideas. Now, this is going to depend on the level of your class and to help you decide if you're actually going to go towards any of these pinnacle poses. The one that I did today in the class that'll be up on the app is side crow. Then I also showed them how they can go from side crow right into Ekapada Kunanyasana 1, which is like the revolved. It's kind of like side crow, but the legs are straight, right? It's a really awesome pose. Revolved half moon. Revolved bird of paradise. That one's really hard. That's going to be more like level 3. Well, the arm balances are really hard too. So again, just knowing where your students are at. Okay. You're teaching to your students. You're not teaching to you, right? Revolved triangle with or without a bind. So for some people, a warm-up pose might be revolved triangle, but for some people just doing revolved triangle, that could be more of a pinnacle. Okay. Now you could also do that with or without the bind, like with a strap, you're revolving and binding, super challenging. Revolved side angle, so same thing, and standing hand to foot, so your foot's out in front, and then bringing like this, so you're twisting, there's my foot. So anything like that. I really hope that this helps with your class planning. If you're interested in the app, check it out. It's called Core Fitness, and then you'll just search for Crystal Gray Yoga Method, and I will put the link in the description. Please let me know if you have any questions, if you have a certain theme that you would love me to build a class around, or if you have a pinnacle pose that you'd love for me to build a class around. I would really like to hear it. And please, please, please give this video a thumbs up and make sure to follow me. It really helps me with the algorithm so that I can just keep putting out videos like this, and so that more yoga teachers see it. Because the more of us that are out there and that are confidently teaching as us, as authentically ourselves, just the more change we're going to create. So thank you so much for everything that you do out there in the world. Even if you haven't started teaching yet, I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Namaste.